Hey there guys, welcome to the Backwoodsman Institute. Once again, I'm Logan and today I already made a video on how to make a survival bow. Now I'm going to teach you guys how to make a survival arrow. Alright, now I got a couple different materials we can use. Right here I got river cane or bamboo, whatever you want to call it, depending on where you're at. If you get any of this grows extremely straight, it's extremely light, and extremely flexible. I love this stuff. Another piece is just a branch or a little sapling that I can whittle down, make a little smaller. It's pretty light the way it is, but the key to an arrow is straightness. Alright, now the tools you're going to need, just a saw if you need to cut anything off, or just a Gerber multi-purpose tool, a knife, whatever, and also some more duct tape. And I'm going to show you what to use duct tape for in a bit. Alright, now to choose your arrow, you want it to be at least as long as your draw. Alright, so to the corner of your mouth and past your hand, because that's where your bow's gonna, or the arrow needs to be. Now in a survival situation, you won't have a broadhead or a point, nothing like that, so you gotta just sharpen it down, and you just gotta whittle away, make the tip into a tip. Now, well, with this branch, I would take all the bark off, just like this, and make this arrow a little more skinnier and a little more straight. Now with this bamboo, kept it a little longer because it is pretty skinny and pretty light, so I want this to have a little momentum going into it. So you don't need to make it too much longer or let it be too much longer, but the same thing, bamboo's hollow, so one way that I've found to make bamboo into a point is to just cut off half of it, because if you try to make it into a point, it's hollow inside, it's not going to work. So I'll show you what I mean by just cutting off half of it as soon as I get this done. I'm going to show you what to do with it. Alright, I took the bark off of this one. It's still a little thick. I can trim it down if I want to, but just for time's sake, I'm just going to leave it as is. Alright, made a point on this. Now with both of these, the points, this one just tapered like spear point, and on this bamboo, I just cut down half of it, just like this, as you can see, and I just tapered both ends. Alright, and that makes a pretty sharp point. Now with both of these, like I talked in my 4-pronged spear, I would temper it with heat and with fire. Put it in the fire, and then take all the moisture out of the wood or the bamboo or river cane, and then shape it up a little more, have it keep its edge. But that's what we're going to do as far as the points right now. Now on the back side, you got to have a nock. Alright, so what you want to do is just take your knife and just go right in the middle of it and bisect it, just like that, and cut a nock that your bowstring will fit into. Okay, so I got them both knocked out. Now with river cane, it has a real easy chance of splitting, so I'm just going to take a piece of tape and put it right over the edge, just right here, so it's going to prevent this from splitting anymore. Same thing with my the regular sapling, the wood arrow. Alright, now I'm going to show you how both these work without any fletching. Alright. This first one is going to be the river cane. Might be kind of hard to see. Alright. That was without fletching. The arrow turned a little bit. Now this one is the sapling. Now you gotta be really careful. I got a few little knobs on this. Those things hurt when they go over your hand, so you just gotta be careful of that. Very little control at all. Let's try it again. I'm gonna aim this one up so it's not gonna hit anything. We're gonna see how it flies. It's not as straight as it could be, but it's not a bad piece at all. Alright, so that carried off pretty good into the distance. Alright, boy, I tell you what, these things fly somewhat straight, but not as straight as they could be. We don't have any fletching, but what can we use for fletching out here in a survival situation? Duct tape. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to use this and make fletching to make these things fly somewhat straighter. Alright, what we're going to do for the fletching, we're going to take a normal width of duct tape. We want to make it about a width and a half. So with me tearing this in half, it's going to take me roughly about 4 strips to get it the right width, which is right there's 4 strips. That's about as wide as you want to go. Now you gotta make 2 pairs. Alright, now I got 2 pairs. What I'm gonna do with that, I'm only gonna do it on the reed for time's sake, but right where the fletching would be, this is the knock. And if I didn't say before, you want the knock to be on the heaviest end, the thickest end. And you want your tip to be on the skinniest part. So leave about 1 inch from the knock and put your arrow and put your fletching right in the middle of it. Alright, so now my arrow is right in the middle of my fletching. Take the other end, I'm going to lay it over the top with the arrow in the middle of it. And you want to match them up. Poke them and smash them flat. This end right here kind of boogered up. I'm just going to put another strip of tape right over that. Duct tape works wonders. Alright, so now I have fletching on my arrow. It's a little more than I need, so all I'm going to do is trim it up. I'm going to make it look like feathers. So take my knife. Now right there I have makeshift fletching. Just like that. And we'll see how it flies now. It's that same river cane survival arrow, the duct tape fletching. I just trimmed it down for about 2.5 inch by 1/2 inch now, and we're going to see how it flies. A whole lot straighter just with that fletching. So there you have it, duct tape fletching. So right there, guys, that's how you make a survival arrow out of river cane. Is my choice if you got it around yourself, or just a little branch or a little sapling that's pretty skinny and pretty straight. And now the fletching, if you need it, if you feel you need it, just add that duct tape fletching like I showed you and trim it down, play with it, see what actual size fletching you need. Because when I first started out, it was real big and it flew through the air like a flew, like one of them target arrows where they shoot the targets on the ground. One of them flews. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. But right here, I trimmed down to about normal size of fletching. I want to trim it down a little more because it flies still too slow for me. So I'm just going to trim it down a little more, no big deal, and still just fool around with it. But hope you guys learned a lot. There's another tool for the toolbox. Catch you in a bit.